Hello, welcome to lesson 9 of the Hebrew course, where we will be looking at exercise 7. Exercise 7 is principally about the pronominal suffixes. In other words, pronouns when they're used as suffixes, which happens in the accusative and the genitive. So separate pronouns are used in the nominative if it's a subject of a verb or subject predicate of the full form of the pronoun is used. Ani, for instance, I, and so on. Ata, you. But when in the accusative, when they're object of a verb, or in the genitive, when they're following a preposition, or in the construct chain, that is genitive, the personal pronouns are shortened and added after the preposition or the word that they possess, as we shall see in this exercise. Now, sentence 1. Yahweh Eloheinu Yoshev HaKrovim. Yahweh, our God, is sitting the cherubs, meaning sitting on or sitting on a throne, or using the cherubs as a throne. Eloheinu, our God. Note the construct form of Elohe. Right, Elohim is God, but Elohe is the construct form. Pronominal suffixes are added to the construct form of a noun. So, nu is our, Elohe is God, so our God. 2. Ish hayave eretz Utz, Iyov shmo. A man there was in the land of Utz, Iyov, or Job, was his name. Shmo. Shem is name, Shemo is his name. So the suffix for the plural, meaning first person we or our, was nu. Again, that's simple to remember if you know French. So the third masculine singular suffix is o. It can also be hu or av. Those are the three most common forms of this suffix. However, all the forms of the suffix for he or it, namely hu, av, and o, and so on, they have one thing in common, namely the letter vav. There will always be a letter vav, well, almost always a letter vav, and that's what you have here. Shmo, his name. Iyov, by the way, Job, means, well, it's a contraction of Aye Av, meaning where is father. And an apt name, one must say, where is father. If you know the story of Job, you'll know why it's appropriate, particularly when you know that, as we've said earlier, that the personal names in the Hebrew personal names are have use father in the name instead of God. When Av, father, comes up in a personal name, it means it refers to God, to Yahweh. So, sentence 3. Shalachu v'kar'u v'nei Iyov la'achyotehem. Now, I read something different than what you read there. That's a mistake in the text, I'm afraid. So it should say Shalachu ve'kara'u b'nei Iyov la'achyotehem. Shalachu, they sent. Ve'kara'u, they called for. And the subject is the sons of Job. So the sons of Job sent and called for their sisters. Achyotehem. 4. Halachu v'nei ha'Elohim el Yahweh v'halach gam hasatan betocham. The sons of God went to Yahweh, and also the Satan went among them. The Satan, meaning the opponent. Satan in Hebrew simply means opponent. So here's the opponent. And the next sentence 5 is Amra Sarah el Avraham Isha lo natan li Elohim ben. Sarah said to Abraham, her man or her husband, God has not given me a son. So her husband there, Isha, in the middle of this sentence, is the word Ish, man, and her man, her husband, which is the suffix for third feminine, and recognizable by the he with the dot in it. The suffix for third feminine can show up as ha or ah. God did not give to me. Li is the preposition le, to, and I is the suffix for first singular, me. 6. Amar ha'adam el ha'elohim hakore oto et kolcha shamati bagan. The man said to God, who was calling him, your voice or your sound I heard in the garden. In other words, I heard the sound of you in the garden. Kol meaning both voice and sound. Hear, sound. Unless God was talking to himself as he walked around in the garden. So the man said to God, Hakore oto. Hakore is the definite article plus participle. Now the participle plus definite article is often translated as a relative clause. So literally this would be, said the man to the God, the calling him. The God, the calling him, meaning the God who was calling him. Him, oto, is the object marker et plus suffix. The suffix o, you've seen before, it's him. But the object marker has a different form when there's a suffix on it. So et would be the object marker when it stands alone. Ot would be the form of the object marker with most suffixes, except for chem, that is second person masculine, and chen, second person feminine, plural. All other forms of the object marker, et, all other suffixes added to et will have a different form of the et, namely ut. Et kolcha, your sound, I heard shamati, in the garden. 7. Amar Elohim el Noach ve'el banav ito, ani choret et briti itchem ve'et zarachem acharechem. God said to Noah and to his sons with him, meaning who were with him, I am cutting or making my covenant with you and with your seed after you, meaning your offspring after you. God said to Noah and to his sons banav. Note that this is the suffix for third masculine singular. This is how it looks when it's connected with a plural noun. Okay, so sons is banim. Of course, the im drops in the construct state, and as you know, the construct state is the basis of the form used with suffixes. So we have bane, which in this case is banav. The av is the suffix. The yud is silent, but the yud is there to indicate plural. See, when you have suffixes added to plural nouns, there will be a yud there between the suffix and the word to indicate the plural, which is helpful. Otherwise, it can be hard to see. It could be hard to see if a noun is in the plural or in the singular when it has a suffix on. To his sons with him, ito. Ito is the preposition et with suffix. See, without a suffix, the preposition and the object marker, they are identical. They're both et. But with a suffix, In most cases, the object marker will become ut. In one or two instances, it belongs. It keeps its to stay etrem, seen from that perspective. And the preposition et retains its older form with also retains its older form with suffixes, and thus we have the form it. So in front of all suffixes, the preposition et retains its old form it, and here we have ito, with him. Ani choret et briti, my covenant briti, with you itchem, and your offspring zarachem, after you acharechem. 8. Bnei Elohim lakachu lahem nashim mi benot ha'adam, v'hanashim yaledu lahem banim. The sons of God took for themselves women from the daughters of man, and the women gave birth to them, gave birth to children for them, meaning for the sons of the God. Now, woman in the singular is isha, in the plural it's nashim. So in that sense, this word is irregular, in that the plural ending does not, or the plural form, does not correspond fully to the singular form. Isha, singular, nashim in the plural. This incidentally also goes for men. So man is ish, but men is anashim. So two different roots, two different words are used for men, for man and men. 9. Nahag Moshe et tzono el hamidbar. Moses drove his flock to the desert. 10. Amar Elohim leIsrael, pakadeti etchem b'Mitzrayim. God said to Israel, I punished or I watched over you in Israel. Pakad can have both meanings. Here it probably means I watched over you in Israel. Here we have etchem, object marker et plus chem, with the sort of the common form of et, the form you're used to seeing of et without a suffix is et, and this is the form retained or used with the suffix chem. 11 is lakach Noach shnaim min habehema asher enenu tehura. Noah took 2 of the cattle which was not clean. Was not inenu is a sort of a strange form. It's a negation meaning not, was not. The u there is actually the remnant of a suffix hu, it, or the hu suffix he or it.